Once when I had forgotten all my clothes, my mother said that, "Do you know the story of Gol Simal?" So I said, "Please tell me," and since then the story has been one of my favorite Nepali folk tales. So today I'd like to share with you all the story of Gol Simal, and the view that you're watching right now is that of my mother's tiny and cozy terrace and backyard garden. Hello everyone, I'm Jaya and welcome to my YouTube channel. So now let's move on to the story. Once upon a time there was a family of three, Sanman, Sani and their beautiful daughter Gol Simal. Her name was Gol Simal because her face was round and soft like that of a cotton, and Simal, it's a cottonwood tree. So the village that they were staying at was already facing drought and famine, and the villagers were already leaving the place to settle elsewhere. But Sanman and Sani decided not to leave the village and stay there for another year. So one day an unfortunate event took place which devastated the whole family, and it was that Sani had fallen off a cliff while she was gathering fodder for the cattle, and it turned out that she had died. So Sanman couldn't bear the news, and then it was becoming extremely difficult for him to look after the daughter alone. So he decided to get married for the second time, and he got married to a woman called Kanchi. And now, as there were more mouths to feed, Sanman had to leave the village and he had to go abroad to work. So before leaving home, Sanman called his second wife and said that Gol Simal is his only daughter and a very great blessing at that, and it's like a piece of heart for him. And he told his second wife to take care of Gol Simal very well until the time he came back. So adhering to what the husband has said, Kanchi reluctantly said okay to take care of the daughter, and before Sanman left for work, he turned towards his daughter and said, "What do you want when I come back from after a long exile?" So the Gol Simal, like a pampered child, she said that, "Daddy, please bring me a rainbow colored frock and a tikmala." Tikmala is that of a necklace. So with her father's departure, Gol Simal became a true orphan. Then the stepmother started mistreating her. Gol Simal turned out to be a big burden for Kanchi. So one day, in order to get rid of this little girl while she was asleep, the stepmother set the house on fire. She shut all the windows and had locked the door from outside. Writhed with pain, Gol Simal eventually died, and as a result of this heinous act of her heartless stepmother. So without further delay, the stepmother disposed the girl's half-burnt body by the bushes near the well. Gol Simal's dead body had, however, transformed into a little bird. On seeing a baby bird lying on the ground with all its feathers burnt, Rani Chari, or the queen of the birds, summoned all the other birds, and all the birds soon donated one feather each to Gol Simal. Soon, Gol Simal turned into a beautiful bird with colorful feathers. Her matchless beauty garnered her the name SUNCHARI, or the golden bird. Then her, the bird family started calling her SUNCHARI, or the golden bird. She thanked a million to the bird family, and she promised that from the day onwards, if there is any calamity that is going to fall upon the bird kingdom, then she will be the one to alert everybody to stay safe. And also, wherever the Gol Simal or the Sunchari will build a nest, that place will be one of the most fertile place. She promised that to the bird clan. Now, with a lot of money in hand, Gol Simal's father, Sanman, returned home from abroad. He was so happy by the thought of tikmala he would put around his daughter's neck. He ran homeward, thinking of calling for his daughter right from the road and lifting her into the arms. But before he could reach home, his villagers reported to him of the devastation his second wife had brought to his family. Sanman was dumbfounded with an unbearable pain and spent several days in the cowshed in daze. One day towards the evening, Sanman heard a cry, Gulsimal, Gulsimal. The bird was sitting on top of the cottonwood tree near his house. Sanman stood abruptly. He took out the tikmala from his bag and threw it with such heft that it fell around the neck of the bird and stayed there firmly. The tikmala looked beautiful on Gulsimal, who had a round face like that of a cottonwood tree, furry and colourful feathers with smooth wings. When Sanman was fully assured of the fact that his daughter had reincarnated as a bird, he scattered, immersing himself in an agricultural works. His crops grew verdantly, and he thought this was because Gulsimal had built her nest in his farm. So now Sanman had a purpose in his life, and he was assured that his daughter is now happy, and he too was happy. So with this, I come to the end of the first storytelling session. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you for watching and listening.